Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Massimo here. My mission is to help entrepreneurs like you build a thriving publishing business on Amazon KDP. Quick reminder before we dive in, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. In today's case study, we'll analyze another potentially profitable keyword and also analyze few successful books from different self-publishers like me and you. We'll also examine some of the books that might not perform as well and try to find out why. Just to remind you guys, I have been giving away loads of valuable keywords in the last few videos, so if you appreciate the effort, do me a favor and leave some comments and like the video, please. Now, without any further ado, drum roll, let's go! Ta-da! This is the keyword ASE test prep books. So it's another prep book test exam keyword. Let's have a look at a couple of things before we start. Some housework. So at the beginning, I always have open my Amazon KDP book sales calculator. When I'm looking for keywords, I got a set of things open that help me out to search my keywords. This is one of them. Is one of the most accurate tools that I use to find out if with the BSR how many books one book is selling per day. Now then I've got this one, which is the royalty calculator from Amazon as well, which is pretty standard and pretty accurate as well, I would say. Important to have the trademark search on as well, because we're gonna have a look, especially in today's case, there's some issue with the trademark of some sort. And now here back on the Amazon page. Now on the Amazon page, I want to be on bestseller and I want to make sure I'm clicking on paperback. So also I'm using a couple of extensions, actually 3. One is this one, DS Amazon Quick View. Is free on Brave, Google Chrome, and some other browser, maybe Firefox. Another one is Keep Scout, which is, I don't really particularly rely on this too much, but is when as soon as I open, it gives me an estimate, which you'll see it later. I'll show you in a minute. And the other one is Helium 10, which is probably the best one. I have a subscription for that, but I'm not subscribed on. I'm not logged in at the moment because I'm using a how do you call it, private windows to search. When I do my research, I always use a private windows because I don't want to have my cookie stored there from Amazon and give me suggestion that might be related to my previous search. So as usual, we have a look at the BSR to estimate if it is category, a niche, or a keyword is profitable. Helium 10 allow me to see the BSR on top, and DS Amazon allow me to see it here on the bottom. So whichever way, it's a good thing because it's gonna allow me to save time. Now, as I can see, we're talking about Amazon.com, so this is the US market. In the US market, I'm looking for BSR lowest than bestseller rank lower than 80,000, 70,000. That means to me that it's a profitable keyword if I have some self-publisher, at least 2 or above. It depends. Sometimes it could be even 1. It depends on the categories, on the niche, on the keywords. But generally speaking, this is what I'm looking for. So if I see 2 or 3 self-publishers like me and you that they're successful, that it means that there's ground to be made there. So here, this is definitely a successful and profitable keyword, I have to say. Nonetheless, we'll have to have a look at a couple of things. So let's open. This is not a self-publisher, although Gabriel Luiz sounds like. But this is a publisher like me and you. We can open that up. I believe this guy is a publisher too. Let me have a look here. This is something else. So this one is, oh, let's scroll down here. This is another one, sorry. And it's 25,000 in books. That's why I wanted to open this one. I watched that earlier. Yep. I believe this could be a publisher too. Let's have a look at that. This, I'm pretty sure, is not. Let's see more. These are the same ones. Then we got this one here. Not sure about this. We can have a look. We can open that up. But it's enough for me. This is obviously a publishing house. It's selling and it's been selling for a long time. So it's definitely some money to be made here. Let's have a look at this one. Now, 55,000 in books. The BSR, you can see there from Keep Scout. This is Keep Scout now. This is what I was talking about. Here it gives you an estimated revenue monthly. I don't rely on that particularly because sometimes it's reliable, sometimes it's totally not. So I want to do my own calculation. We'll have a look at it in a minute. Let's have a look at this other one first. Look, this guy It's something good and something bad about this guy. So he's a self-publisher like me and you. If I scroll down, you'll see he's independently published, and he just, the good thing is he published just, by the time I'm filming this one, you might see this one in a few months' time. You might see this one next year. So this is one good thing about checking videos like keywords videos, because if you see it in a distance of time, then you can also see if the keyword has been profitable since the first time you checked it. Like, you know, if we are in 2025, you check this video in 2026, this might be still an evergreen keywords anyway. Nonetheless, in this particular case, this guy has been publishing for even less than 2 months. In less than 2 months, he managed to have 4.9, which is very good, and 29 ratings. So 29 reviews. Now, it's good because actually it's probably less, it's just a month and something. It's good because he managed to get 29, 30 reviews. You have to come up more and more. You want to strive to get 50 reviews in your first month, and then maybe 100, move into hundreds as soon as possible. When you get 100 reviews plus, then Amazon really like you, and they try to do everything to keep you up there, especially if you got good score like this one has got 49. Now, what is good about this particular niche and categories? The price tag is very high. Look at that, 35. Look at the competition, 37.99, 34, 32, 33. You know, it's not your usual, you know, 11.99 book. So because of that, there is, you know, the royalty are normally a little bit higher. Now, in this particular case, this guy did 559 pages, so they're big books, and people who are interested in these books, they are willing to pay the price because they need it to study. So this is for to become basically a mechanic. Let's put it that way. I'm sorry, I don't want to diminish what you're doing, guys. I'm just saying, just to keep it simple. Automotive technician certification preparatory course. Now, this cover, it's okay. It's nothing to write home about. I'm not a big fan of it. What it did good, it put this one in big and I can see it. It put 2025, 2026. I like it. What it did bad, the color choice is not great from my perspective. The font is not great. It's not centered. Can you see this? How can you do that, my friend? You need, you know, it's not centered. You need to be professional in this sort of things. People looking at these things. Look, can you see there is too much space on the right hand side and there's no space on the left hand side? What's going on there? What's happening? I'm not a big fan of this anyway. The title is simply, let me put it this way, awful. Two reasons. One, the title, you never put this in capital letter. Don't do that. You sound like, allow me to, no, actually, I don't want to say something that's going to be not politically correct and then I'm going to be flagged down by YouTube, but you sound very unprofessional if you do a text like this, a title like this. Imagine who are the one that does this sort of things? Yeah, you tell me. So never use capital on your text, on your, especially on your title or the subtitle. The subtitle he hasn't, which is great, but then again, automotive in with an A capital, but not. How about these? You should put a capital to every one of these. But also, it's very poor. What are you telling me here? Nothing. It's zero. I don't know. How can you do a subtitle like this? How could you? I mean, everybody could develop this. You got 197 characters. You can just use them as much as you can. Intelligently. Be specific. What kind of specificity is that? Automotive technician certification preparatory course. What? Normally, every time you do a textbook about an exam or any sort of exam, you always put something like 98% rate pass first time, pass the first time. You know, give some numbers, percentage or stuff like this. Do you know what I mean? Something that is not misleading but is attracting the person who wants to do that. Anyway, nonetheless, the description is again nothing to write home about. There is no much emotion. Yeah, it's asking a couple of questions and it tells you who should use this guide. Man, you're not telling me anything new, but nonetheless, you selling well. You got 25,000, so you must be doing something good, clearly. So this one is not too bad. It's okay. Again, nothing to write home about, but it's all right. This one is basically useless. Nobody will be able to read this on a small mobile. And statistically, people buy from mobile rather than a desktop. Not me. I'm buying from desktop all the time, but people normally buy from mobile. These three are okay, although they awful to watch. My eyes are sore by the non-aesthetic of this thing, but nonetheless, it might be working with our. We're not targeting a sophisticated woman here, so that's okay. These are not good again. Nobody will be able to read this very well unless for mobile you've done it in a different way. But do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, not particularly great. This editorial review, yeah, okay. Well, we've never really been bothered too much with that. But nonetheless, this book is selling and is making good money. This alone should give you an idea of how could be profitable this keyword. There's one particular problem with this keyword, which I'll tell you in a minute. But anyway, 25,398. It's probably 10, 11 books a day. 25,398. Right, 11 books a day. Now, oh, it's not this one. This is selling at 35.99. It's 8.5 by 11 and it's 559 pages. So if I go here, 559 pages, 35.99, and it's in black and white. Let's see the royalty calculator for that. No, hold on a minute. How much is the price? 34.90. Apologize. That's not the correct. 34.90. Made a mistake. Sorry, guys. Right. So royalty here are no, sorry. And man, what's happened this morning? 8.5 by 11. 8.5 by 11. 559 pages. 34.90. Am I correct? Sorry, guys. 35. No. Oh man. 35.99. What's happening today? I really do apologize. Oh yeah, I had too many things open and right. So this should be correct and is $11.09. Yeah. So $11.09. $11.09 times 11, which is the copies that he does per day. $120 per day, which is in a month more or less $3,700. $3,700 with one book. Okay? Not bad at all, from my perspective, considering the fact that it could be improved way, way more with a better cover, revised this cover, which is not great. The title is like, man, it's just very bad. With this title, I'm surprised it's selling that much. And the A plus is nothing to write home about. But nonetheless, it's selling. This guy as well, it looks like it's selling well. 55,000. He's got his price strike as well. It's doing more or less, it's doing a little bit less money, obviously a month. What? So this cover is in a way a little bit better, but even this one. First of all, we are in 2025 at the moment. I'm registering. I'm making this video. I'm recording. 2025 edition. You should put here, not 2024. You put it here on the description. Major update February 2025. So why don't put it here as well on the cover? You know, Amazon allow you to do that. But you see, he put 95% pass rate. This is what I was talking about. This is what you want to do. This is great. Fantastic. Now, this title is a little bit better. The all-in-one 700-page automotive encyclopedia. Okay, let me have a look how many pages. 596. My friend, this one could be deemed as a mislead. So don't do so. I mean, if you got 600 pages, just put 600 pages. Why would you put 700 pages? If somebody buys it and then he goes, make a complaint to Amazon because he's got 100 pages less than what you're talking about. What are you doing? You're risking your account for what? Anyway, 95% pass rate. That's good. I like that. You should say something like on your first try. Zero guesswork. It's all right. 40% faster learning. Now these, why did you went capital with this? I don't understand. I really don't understand. But nonetheless, it's okay. You're doing something. So how long you been selling this book? From October. You only got 50 reviews. So you should have by now 100 reviews, not 50. You'll be able to be up there and put this BSR down. Do you know what I mean? So this description is, again, okay, nothing to write home about too much. There's no much of a specificity here. You know, your feedback shaped this massive update. Your feedback shaped this massive update. Okay. So it means that you were selling it before and something was not right or something, according to this. Let me have a look at his BSR. This is thanks to Helium 10. You can see his historical BSR, all-time BSR. Okay, he's always been doing quite well. He's always been selling quite well, is it? So he's making money. He's making money. He's making less than the other guy, so maybe he's making $2,000 or some sort a month, which we don't know with the ads. But still, it's a profitable niche. So I got this question asked by one of our students. how is this keyword, I compare it to this keyword though. This is another keyword that is quite profitable if you know what you're doing, but you need to know what you're doing. But there's one problem. This is for people who wants to become nurse in US, to get prepared to, your exam to become a nurse or work in a health care system. So there's a problem. Like the previous one, there is a trademark on the ASE. So, which is this one, Association Automotive Service Excellence. So you might risking to get banned if you might need some permission, you might get in contact with them. So, or you might be able to get away if you reward it in a different way. So I haven't particularly analyze exactly here. So all these people, they might be at risk of being banned. Now, are they going to get banned? Probably not. But at the same time, you want to be careful. That's why I always have my trademark open here and check, all my keywords just in case. I ran through ChatGPT asking the question if I was risking publishing a book on Amazon KDP, and this is the response I've got. Look. Yes, you might need a special license or permission to publish an exam test book on Amazon KDP, depending on the exam. Now, those two keywords that I put in, test of essential academic skills, is owned by Assessment Technology Institute, ATI. And if you use official ATIT's questions, trademark, or copyright material, you will need a permission. However, if you create original practice question and study guides, you likely don't need a permission. So there's some gray area there, if you know what I mean. But you need to know what you're doing. The other one is a trademark. ASE is a registered trademark. And their stuff, question, especially exam question, are copyrighted. So to publish that, you will need authorization, which you might ask, is not a problem. But if you create original study material and practice question without using their exact branding and content, you might not need a license. So there you go. Now here it gives you also a couple of suggestions. Do not copy official test question or material, which is something that you definitely don't want to do. And the other one, use generic titles. Avoid trademark names in a title, but describe the book purpose, like Automotive Mechanics Certification Study Guide instead of ASE Practice Test. So this is what we were talking about, guys. So yeah, I hope this is useful for you. Like, we got a couple of keywords, yes, but more for me is more interesting to show you, what you need to look after and what you need to look out for. And nonetheless, as you can see, some people are publishing there and making good money. Look at all these BSR. So, okay. So time to wrap it up. All right. If you found this video helpful, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment. But most importantly, take what you learn and put into action. In this case, particular today, have a look at your trademark. Make sure you know what you're doing before you publish a book that it might be subject to ban or stuff like this. Okay? Let me know in the comments which topic you want me to explore next. Could be same thing, more keywords, design, marketing, whatever you're curious about, just let me know. Okay? Big thanks to everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next breakdown. And remember, please, anything that you do with Amazon KDP or self-publishing business, try to do it at the best of your ability. Don't be a hobbyist. See you next time. Bye.